Well, I don't know what happened. I guess when the sun gets dark, gets lighter out there, this gets darker, which is fine. I've never been a show horse. I've played music a lot of places. They never say you're a great singer, you're a great guitarist, you're a great performer, you're so handsome. They never say none of that, of course. But they'll say, I like your lyrics. That's what they always say. So, go with what you got. I love writing lyrics. I mean, that's what, the poetry basically is lyrics. How many thousands and thousands of pages have I written over my. I'm 65, probably started when I was 15, and I say that because I had a poem in the Woodland Junior High paper, and I was 14 or 15. Snow. Anyway, here it goes. Snow that is becomes was, what it didn't now it does. The ground upon which it falls turns glistening white as it calls to people from far and near to listen, and they will hear of a place that can only be with peace and love and harmony. I don't know why. I know. I remember that because it's rhymey. It's kind of short, sing-songy. But I don't have a very good memory. So know yourself. I'm creative, and I think that it's like, phew. But the memory. I read a chapter, and they say, "Okay, now who is the general that did this?" And I'll go, forget. That's okay. Nobody's perfect. Some of the people with the best memories wish they could forget some things. They remember some bad things they wish they could forget them. I'm sure. I like stories. I think we learn from stories, human nature. I like Joseph Campbell, the great interview, a number of them. Bill Moyers interviews Joseph Campbell. I think it's PBS. But Moyers was talking about all these myths and stories, and he's saying, it's not if they're true or not. That's not the point. The point is what it teaches us. Jesus walking on water. The idea, this is literal. He's the only one that walked on water. He's saying, man, that's not the point. The point is about purity, I think. And the idea that there was a story of Buddha walking on the water 500 years before Jesus was born. So it's the point of the story. It's not the literal interpretation. This happened. It's not. It's how do you live? It's what is it teaching you as a human being? So yeah, you can have all these miracles and saints, but the main thing is how do we live as human beings? So my story that I told a couple of the ladies that I got my food and coffee from, I was the assistant prep at Hugo's, a really nice restaurant on Block Street in Fayetteville, 30 years ago, 35 years ago. Made quiche, made marinara sauce, made salsa. My God, I made refried beans. I mean, I would open the sack of pinto beans, pick out the rocks, cook them, add the ingredients, smash them into refried beans. You did a lot of your own. I made guacamole. I would say add cumin. I think that helps. I was taught that. What was it? Pecan pie. At least the way we made it. And so here's a pie crust. Well, you put pecans at the bottom, and then you just pour in Karo syrup. It's like, wow, that's all? It's so sweet, too sweet. So there may be a different way, but I didn't like that way. And as a dishwasher, so assistant prep. There was three of us in the kitchen: the head cook, the prep, and me, the assistant prep. And us three. There was a guy on the grill, and a woman was the main prep, and I was the assistant and dishwasher. And just a great threesome, doing feeding a whole bunch of people, man. whole bunch of people. The lunch shift, and I would get there and clean up the place, clean up bathrooms. I've cleaned up so many bathrooms as a janitor, dishwasher, shit like that. I'm not gonna say it made me humble, but I know those people deserve as much as the president of a bank. They deserve a good life, no question. Don't tell me about an elite. The elite deserve this, and the commoners deserve much less. Nah, that's bullshit. Bullshit. So, what's my story? Because these two girls were, working behind the counter. I told them I'd worked in restaurants before. They said yesterday was really busy and they didn't have espresso machines, and I'm sure people were complaining. But so one day, one of the waitresses. Now, if you ever work in a restaurant, in a lot of them at least, this one, most ones I worked in, here's the kitchen, and then here's the front of the restaurant, the manager, if there is a bar, the waitresses. It's two separate places, and you see each other, but only in passing when they're grabbing the plates or bringing them back, whatever. So one day, one of the waitresses said she thought somebody was stealing money out of her tip jar. And the manager, Alice, good lady, smart lady, was my babysitter 60 years ago. And she's not that much older than me, but she marked some bills. At the end of the shift, they cashed out, and one of the waitresses had the bills of the other waitress. One waitress was stealing from her sister waitress. We were all working class people. Nobody was becoming rich working in a restaurant. So we have an advertising promotion organization here that gets tax money and promote restaurants and stuff. But I mean, that's very much of a pyramid. People at the top, the owners, they make money. People at the bottom do all the work, make minimum wage or shit money. So anyway, we're all working class, and we're a team, man. We're a team, and you need to support each other. It's a rough. If you ever worked in a restaurant, especially when it's crunch time, everybody's working hard. So there's all this tension, and I'm in the kitchen. They're out there, but we kind of know what's going on. It's so much tension. I remember this girl having to walk through the kitchen to get to her car. Nobody said nothing. Talk about a walk of shame. That was a walk of shame. You're stealing from your sister waitress. Sad. Sad, sad, sad. But memorable. I think there's a lesson in that. There's a lesson in that. Greed is the great corrupter of us all. All of us. Me too. If somebody says, "Hey, I'll hire you for $50,000," you're, a good person. But then this guy over here says, "I'll hire you for $150,000, but you're gonna have to do some stuff that may be, kind of shady." Wow, $150,000. Yeah. So I wasn't going to tell this story, but I just thought of it. Another restaurant story. Not a funny. Again, it's not a funny story. This is not a funny story. But I think it's a good story because it says something about human nature and maybe teaches something. So I was working at Jose's on Dixon Street. Very popular restaurant, Mexican restaurant. I was a dishwasher. Everybody worked hard. This is a dinner shift. Everybody worked hard. popular place. So at the end of the shift, I'm the only dishwasher, so I washed everything. So at the end of the shift, these two cooks come over, and one of them says, I didn't really know them, they didn't know me. I think we worked together before, but it's not like we hung out or you did your work and then you went home. So they came over, probably cleaning their grills, and of course I'm the one that washed the vents. That's the last thing I did. The vents above the grill would get grease, and you run those through the dishwasher at the end because they're so greasy. And then maybe wash the mats that you're standing on. I don't know if I did that there. I did that at Hugo's. Anyway, so they come over. It's about 11, I guess. 5 to 11 shift, 4 to 11 shift, something. They come over, tired. We're all tired. All had a hard night's work. And one of them says, "Man, how old are you?" I said, "I'm 30. He goes, "I'll never work in a place like this when I'm 30. The other guy goes, "Me too." And I kind of looked at them. I go, let me see. I looked at one. Oh, no. I said, "Well, how old are you?" And the guy goes, 18. I looked at the other guy. I go, "How old are you?" He goes, 18. And I kind of laughed. I said, "You have a lot of pain to go through before you're 30. And they kind of looked at me like, this guy's mean. And they went back to their grill. But my lesson, I guess, if you want to call it that to them, is no free ride, baby. No free ride. Nobody has a free ride. We all have scars. We all have pain and suffering. The Buddhists would say transcending suffering is probably our main goal. I like the saying, I think Joseph Campbell said it about Buddhism, joyful participation in the suffering of others. Like, yeah, these people are suffering, but you're trying to love them. I did hospice for almost 20 years as a volunteer, and I think that's hopefully joyful participation in the suffering of others, or holding hands, just being there and trying to be kind and loving. But yeah, you can have a lot of money, but people die. Your grandparents will die. Your parents will die. Friends will die. Maybe I've had a brother that died. Sad. Part of life is very sad. And hard to understand, or it's not meant to be understood, I guess. But we have to hold on to each other while we're here. It's temporary. And love is this great gift we have, as well as the great gift of the beauty of the earth and the beauty of the heart and laughter. So many good things. So many good things. But it's not a free ride. So hopefully we can just be good earth angels and learn to love more and hate less and be greedy less and be fearless in our love and be open with our hearts. Yeah, it was true when I told those kids that were 18, they weren't kids, they were men. You have a lot of pain to go through before you're 30. I'm 65, and if I live to 80, I have a lot of pain to go through before I'm 80. Pain is part of it. But joy is part of it, and hopefully the ecstatic is part of it, and friendship, and creativity, and laughter, and love is part of it too. That's up to us. I have faith in us. Baby, love ya.